First dates are hard. First dates in winter are harder. Because even now, nature's against you. The sun's not shining, it's cold outside, everyone's in a bad mood. So it's a couple of years ago, New York City, it's December, and I end up at a grad student party. And while I'm at this party, I meet a woman we're gonna call Emily. So we start talking, and at one point she goes, I want to tell you something. Okay. She goes, I'm not a grad student. I go, great, neither am I. I mean, right there, that's connection. That's obviously a reason to go on a date, right? So it's a few weeks later, it's January, it's the evening of the date. It's frigid outside. I don't want to go on this date. But I'd broken up with someone recently. You know that advice your friends give you that the best way to get over is to... So, okay. We get to the place, we meet up there, it's this wine bar, it's a place that you go downstairs. It's one of my favorite places, it's cozy, it's nicely lit, so if you're gonna be out on a winter night, this is the place to be at. So as we settle into the table, she says to me, you know, I don't even like wine. My instantaneous thought is, then why the hell are we at a wine bar? But, gotta get over this, right? So instead I say, well, I hear they have a great beer. Yeah, they have great beer, okay. So as the date starts, it very quickly becomes clear that we don't really see the world in the same way. I would say something like, I love my job. I work in finance. And her response, well, isn't that full of terrible people? Okay, maybe. All right. I would then say, I love to travel. I try to get out of the country at least twice a year. And she said, well, isn't that really expensive? Okay, maybe. All right. At this point, looking at stuff on the menu, I'm like, oh, I like this item, I like this is everything's great. And she's like, oh, I don't really like anything here. Okay. So I'm just looking at my watch, it's ticking by. You want to get to that point where it's polite to leave and say, thank you, let's never see each other again? We get to that point. We split the bill. Obviously, we split the bill. And then just as she's signing a check, she goes, are you hungry? Now, I was raised in a religious family. I'm not a good liar. You've just starved me out for the last hour or so because you didn't let me order a single thing on that menu. And I go, sure, I'm hungry. Great, my favorite place is nearby, let's go. I can do dinner. I am hungry. So, let's just do this. Kill two birds with one stone. All right, so out we go into the night, put the coat on. I'm about to put my glove on, and then she grabs my hand. Now, here's the thing. I just met you. This is a first date. I don't know you that way. What is happening here? And again, I have another choice. I can kind of fling her hand off, walk off into the night. I'm free. It's done. Or we can just go on it, because I'm still hungry. Let's just get this over with. So we get to the restaurant. It's a nice place, and you start talking about food, because you're still trying to figure each other out. Who knows why? And what is a conversation quickly turns into sort of a monologue/lecture. And so I start to hear that, quinoa, it's such a great superfood, and kale, it's so wonderful, it keeps you healthy, and, I don't even understand why people would eat meat, because, meat is murder, and it just goes on and on and on, and so I get this look in my eyes, I see the waiter, and I know I'm just like, oh, just an alarm, like entrapment, help me. And the waiter comes over and says, do you need help? And all I can say is, steak burrito. Shockingly, that did not end the date. I survived, so I guess meat wasn't that much murder. So we finished dinner. It went pretty much the same way as the wine bar. We're not seeing the world eye to eye. But okay, we're just gonna walk to the subway. It's been a bad date, obviously. We step out, we hold hands because that's normal too now at this point. We're just in this. We get to the subway. And as I suspect, you get that tepid hug of like, hey, this is great, and let's never see each other again. And that's exactly what happens. Nice little sigh of relief. I lean back, and then her hands shoot out. She grabs me by the lapels of my coat, and she gets in there for that kiss. And it's cold, and it's unwanted, and I don't even know what's happening, and my mind just sort of goes blank. So a week later, I get a text. Hey, let's go on a second date. And I decline. And then she tries to badger me into it anyway. And I stay firm, because I'm strong now. And that was the last I ever heard or saw of Emily. Until a few weeks ago. When I'm on my Facebook and you get that little suggested friends bar, And all I can think at that moment is, Mark, why are you following me? Why are you in my life? Facebook, were you on that date? Did you enjoy that? Because I didn't enjoy that. I really did not enjoy that. But I have to admit, as I clicked that little X to make her disappear again, I had that moment of satisfaction because it reminded me of how much I love steak burritos.